Hello, everybody. Emily here from the Liberty branch from MidPointe Library System. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a zine. A zine, if you've never made one, is a fun little project that you can do with just using a simple piece of paper. A simple piece of paper, just like this. It's your standard sort of copier, printer page, 8.5 by 11. Just simple blank piece of paper. It can be colored, it can be white. Today I'm just going to do a simple uh, white page because that's what I had with me today. We're going to learn how to make a zine. A zine, again, it's basically a small self-made little book. I'm going to open mine up. And traditionally it's used like a little magazine, and you can make it over your favorite like superhero characters or your favorite fandoms. You can do poetry. You can show off your original artwork. It can be anything you want it to be. But what's great about this, especially since a lot of us are stuck at home these days, and it gives us a fun way to be creative and maybe let out some steam with a zine. So this one that I made, How to Make a Zine, talks about the directions of what you need to do. So you're going to get one sheet of paper, in this case blank white, but honestly it could be any color that you like. And then you're going to fold it. You're going to fold it so that you end up with 8 sections. So in my little examples here, you're going to fold it in half from top to bottom, and then fold it in half from left to right. And then you'll lay it out flat, and you'll fold it once more into quarters. So the top half to the middle and the bottom half to the middle. The next step, you'll press along those edges to make a nice firm crease. And then the next step, you're going to fold those sections together so it's all together. And then when you unfold it, you'll have 8 quarters, 8 little sections on a piece of paper. And then, according to my little zine, you will take your paper and push it together in a way so that the middle 2 sections come together to form sort of a tent. And you're going to cut right in the middle down that center crease of your tent. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky, and I might show you from here on out real quickly, but you can pause the video here if you need to look at the directions. But what you're going to do is you're going to pull the 2 edges outward so that it forms sort of a quick little diamond-shaped hole here. And then it pulls it so that you have the other 2 ends also making a tent. And then you're going to take the top, that's this part here, and the right folds, and bring them all together. And that will make your zine, your book. And then after that, you can add your artwork or your story or your poem. In some cases, you might be able to use this for maybe as a study guide. So let's say you're working on a famous Shakespeare poem, or you're trying to remember elements from the periodic table. You could get real creative and do a zine for your favorite poem, your favorite stories, your favorite history figures. maybe take those characters and put them into unique stories of your own making. Maybe how Shakespeare meets, other people, famous people from history. Maybe have Shakespeare meet Albert Einstein. Something silly. To give you an idea of what it will look like, though, so we had our paper and we folded it. We folded it in half this way. We folded it in half this way. We laid it flat, and then we folded it half this way and half this way to bring it to the center, making those creases. And then, and you might have to play around with the creases if they're going a different way, but because it doesn't, basically you want to get to this point so that you can see those creases. You can sort of see the crease here, so you know where you're cutting. And this is where you'll need some scissors. Give it a nice clean cut. So I'm just going to cut, see if I can bend that so you can see the crease. So I'm just going to cut in this center section here, from here to here, or here to here. Not the whole way through, just from here to here. So now I'll put it in the, so you can see I have two flaps like this. And then you're going to take those flaps from here, and you'll notice that it's going to fold along those other creases that we made in the center of the page. Just going to fold it this way. So this is our top, left, bottom, right. We're going to take the top and the right, and we're going to fold them all in together. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you want to squish down all those seams, half the fun is that it's a little uneven. Makes it more original. And then to give you sort of a quick layout, when you draw your images, and you can do that then at this point, you can just unfold your paper back, and then you can add your images, your text, but there is sort of a certain way that you want to draw all of your pictures. You'll notice on mine, you want to draw your pictures a certain way. I have my cover here, but then right next to it, I have the back cover, the last page. To give you an idea, I tried to write the numbers the right way around. I guess you could go that way as well. Calling number 1 my the first page or the cover page, and then number 8 either the last page or my back cover, depending on how you want to do your zine. You'll have 1 going from here to here, here to here, and then 2 is going to be on the other side, with the top being here at the crease and at the other end of the page. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then when we get to 6, now we're flipping it back the other way so that the top of this section of number 6, page 6, is going to be right here, and then the bottom will be right here. So we flipped back around. And then you'll have 7 and 8 being the back cover. Write that on there. So this is the front cover. This could be your title page and the back cover. Pardon my handwriting. One day it will be better. So if you want to pause the video, you want to look at how I did mine. So I've got my title, How to Make a Zine, page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and either 7 or my back cover. In my case, I think this is 7. So it just depends on how you set it up. So if we're going by this layout, this is page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we put it all together like so. Squish it together like that. Like so. And take these 2 pages and push it all together. And that's how you put a zine together. Now this one was sort of a compilation of different instructions of how to make your zine. But again, your zine can be about anything you want. So one that I want to work on, and again, this is a rough draft. It was just sort of an outline, and that I'm going to work on with. I've been very much into Animal Crossing lately, and I was thinking I could put my character in a zine. So I made a little outline, and you can do this if it helps you. If you want to just sort of freeform it, you can just see where your zine takes you. But I made a sort of little story outline for how I want to do it. In this case, I've got my cover, and then I talk about how she arrives on the island, what she has to do, what happens to her next, and so on. So maybe little silly comments. So it's a little outline for me of what I'm going to do with a character that I have in Animal Crossing. And I'm thinking that I can do periodical zines every time I encounter something new on my little island where I am. So I'm gonna start working on that. Okay, so I'm gonna take a piece of paper. We've already folded it and cut it in the middle. And I'll keep this out for myself as a little quick reference to make sure I put the pages in correctly. One thing I might do for myself especially is put maybe page 1 or front cover, or just write front and then back on the 2 pages, just as a quick reminder that that's the front and the back. So I've got my front and I've got the back. And then we're going to go up and around, down, and back over. So I'm going to do this a little bit in pencil. You can use just a regular pencil. You can use a pen. I have a Sharpie pen. You can do this in marker. You can do this in crayon. You could do this with bits from a magazine. You could do it on a computer, print it out, and then fold it and cut it up if you wanted to. So what you can use to decorate, design, illustrate, write your whatever you're making on your zine, it's the sky's the limit. Whatever you can put on the page. Again, today I'm just going to use a pencil and just a black Sharpie pen, fine tip. The pencil I've noticed was a little hard to show with my camera, so I'll try and be quick with the pencil. And I may only do a few of these. It might take me a little while. It does take me a little time. This took me a little bit of time to do. It was lots of fun. And it was something peaceful that I could work out. But it does take a little bit of time to draw, depending on what you're working out. And if you're like me, who's not used to drawing too much, so it did take me a little longer. Okay, so my character in Animal Crossing. Let's see. So my cover is going to say The Adventures of Gwen on the Island of Egtonia. And I may just keep this simple and just write Adventures of Gwen. Great thing about pen is if I make a mistake, I can just make the word in bold. It's my little trick for when I goof. And on here it can be with a zine, again, it can be as artistic and mishmash of styles, anything that you want. So however you want to do it. If you want to look into trying different fonts, like for my example piece, I tried to do a block with shadowing. The Z was a real challenge for me. I don't know why, but I could not get my mind wrapped around that for some reason. The K as well. I had some trick. It was tricky with the K. But again, you can look up different fonts um, and see what you want to play around with. Or you could do just a picture on the cover. You could do maybe a picture of your character or a symbol, whatever you want to make it. You could sign it, maybe put by so and so. And the other great thing with zines is that once you've completed them, and especially because they lay out flat, what you can do is either if you do them on the computer, you can just print them out, print 10, print 20, print a bunch, and give them out to your friends, maybe give them out at a party, maybe at like a team, like a sports team, you're doing something to sort of celebrate an event or get excited about something, or maybe it's somebody's birthday in your friend group or at home. You can make one and either print it from your computer if you did it on a computer, or you can take it to a copy machine and just copy a bunch. So like a magazine, you can produce and print copies of your original artwork, especially because it lays nice and flat, so you can put it on your copy machine, copy out a bunch, and then give them out to your friends. You just have to cut each one in the middle like we did here, fold it and cut it. Okay, so back to Gwen. Now you're gonna pardon my really bad stick figure artwork here. This is where I might use my pencil. Oh wait, island of, didn't finish my sentence. Island of Egtonia. Maybe I can jazz up her name, give it some stripes. Again, you can just play with things. It's a great thing about artwork and when you get to be creative like this, it's an easy way to just play with colors, play with shapes, play with fonts, play with spacing. Okay, so now we're going to attempt to draw Gwen. I'm sure a lot of you out there are much better artists than I am. I always joke that I can draw a mean stick figure. I'm attempting to do this in the Animal Crossing style, but it's definitely a taking some artistic license here. Again, I bet a lot of you are much better artists than me. And what I might do, so I'll show that to you here. What I might do is we'll go over that with a pen later. But for now, I'm going to try and just draw with a pencil and hope that my camera will pick up some stuff. Okay, so we have our cover page, The Adventures of Gwen on the Island of Egtonia. Okay, so I'm going to make a little island. So that's the beach. That's the grass. And we'll put Gwen standing right here. Again, art skills. I don't have them. I bet you guys have a lot of better abilities to draw much more than stick figures than I do. If you want to share yours, feel free. Oops. That's all right. I'm going to be of the Bob Ross philosophy of happy accidents. 2 feet and really tall. That's why I like pencil. Erases all my mistakes. Okay. Okay, so there's Gwen on an island, and try and put maybe a tree. Ta-da! Okay, and then I was going to write that Gwen arrives on the island. She names it Eggtonia. Maybe I'll do a little speech bubble. Okay, so in my next panel, first thing that she ends up getting is a tent. You'll see how much I struggled with simple shapes. This is where geometry really just helps you. So the first place she lives is a tent. And what I noticed about this game, I also play a lot of Minecraft, and the first thing I noticed in this game was very funny for me, is that in Minecraft, the first thing you do is you punch a tree to get your first supply. In Animal Crossing, you pick up sticks and pick up any kind of like stray rocks or anything that you see to help you make tools. So in Minecraft, you punch a tree. In Animal Crossing, you pick up sticks. So I decided I want to make that a prominent thing as the first thing that she does. Drawing my little stick like that. And then she turns them in for bells. Turns them in. And on the island, bells are the currency. Whoops. Okay, so we'll fast forward a little bit. I completed my zine. I put in each of my text and illustration for each panel in my story. So if I fold it back up, do that again just in case. Take it laying out with the cover over here, pull it together, push it in, and fold. You have your zine. So the Adventures of Gwen on the island of Eggtonia. I added a bit. There were a lot of eggs when she arrived, so Eggtonia it is. It was during their Easter event. They had a lot of eggs as resources you could find. She gets a tent. Gwen picks up sticks. Over time, she collects enough to make a house, and then she makes the house pretty. She finds lots of things, fruits, stones, bells, fish, but mostly sticks. She learns a trick about shaking trees. A couple times a day you do that, it will give you things will fall out of the tree. It'll give you things like fruit and sticks and bells, mostly sticks. But strangely, once she got a drying rack that fell out of the tree. From a tree? How? Why? That's my little tree. That's my drying rack. Next time, Gwen helps the island grow, gets more sticks. and gets a bigger house. The end. So that's my zine. Again, it's something really simple. Um, I took something that I'm already into, a game that I'm playing, a character that I'm playing in that game, and I told a little piece of her story, or I made it into a story. Um, but you can do a zine for anything. You can do for a homework assignment. You can do it for um, to help you as a memorize tool. It can be something where you just, it's something personal where you just use it and work out your feelings. If you're stressed about something, or even if you're just bored. Again, it's a simple thing where you just need a piece of paper and something to write with and a pair of scissors. Uh, and you can make this cute little book that you can either make for yourself or make to give out to other people. So I realized I needed an A. So how to make a zine. Yay. Go through the pages one more time. Feel free to pause if you need to. Okay. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you are all safe and well. And check us out on our Facebook page and our website for any news and updates. Um, we'll try and have lots of good content like this for crafts and activities. Um, if you have any questions about any ebooks that you want, just check us out on our Facebook or our website. And we'll hopefully see you in the soon future times. But until then, be safe, keep creating, and we'll see you later. Thanks so much. Bye.